The Digimon card game starter deck Gaia Red was released on Japan back in April of 2020. After a long wait, its English release was announced, and will be released in January of 2021. But how to prepare yourself for this deck? How to play it? Which cards are inside and what they do? This and more you see right now. The starter deck Gaia Red is one of the first releases we will get into the Occident, alongside with the two other starter decks, Cocytus Blue and Heaven's Yellow. We will also get the release of the first expansion pack, a booster set that will combine all cards from the first three Japanese booster packs: New Evolution, Ultimate Power, and Union Impact. Gaia Red is a starter deck featuring Taichi Yagami, and it's based around the red color with high attack Digimons. It is focused in applying pressure and destroy a lot of your opponent's security cards. If you don't know how to play the game yet, I will link down in the description some videos that help me a lot to understand the rules, as well the official translated rulebook. For this video, I used the official translated cards, so maybe you guys know some terms through the untranslated ones. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Now let's check all the cards inside the deck. Let us start with the Digimon cards. For the only Digitama card we have, Koromon. It is a level 2 and it has a Digivolve effect. Your turn, this Digimon gets 1000 DP as long as it has 4 or more Digivolution cards. Digitamas are really good in any strategy. Digivolve your level 3 Digimon for free, it's really nice to have. So this is a very important card in this deck. Also, it helps your Wargreymon to reach 4 Digivolution cards, which gives him 2 extra security checks just by its own effect. Now let's go to the main deck Digimon. Biyomon, level 3, Vaccine Attribute, Bird type, 3000 DP, costing 2 memory to place from hand and 0 to Digivolve, requiring a level 2 red Digimon. It has no effects or Digivolve effects. It is a nice 2-cost Digimon to place, which can come in handy sometime, but how it doesn't has any effects, it doesn't achieve you anything. You use it in the structure deck strategy, but you may cut it out in any other. Agumon, level 3, Vaccine Attribute, Reptile type, 2000 DP, costs 3 memory to place from hand and 0 to Digivolve, requiring a level 2 red Digimon. It has no effects, but it has 1 Digivolve effect. Your turn, this Digimon gets 1000 DP. Not the greatest in terms of DP and place cost, but it has a good Digivolve effect. It is very similar to Koromon's effect, but even more generic and easy to pull off. It goes well with the aggressive strategy of the deck, and maybe can be considered playing other builds too. Just a quick reminder though, you can play more than 4 copies of the same card name, but not the same set number. So you can play 4 Agumon from the starter deck and 4 Agumon from the New Evolution set in the same deck, for example, but you cannot play more than 4 ST103 Agumon in the same deck. It is very similar to Pokemon in that sense. Moving on, we have Dracomon. Level 3, Vaccine Attribute, Dragon type, 4000 DP, costs 3 memory to place from hand and 0 to Digivolve, requiring a level 2 red Digimon. It has no effects or Digivolve effects. It is very similar to Biyomon, no effects at all, but it has a bigger DP, so it can come in clutch. Birdramon, level 4, Vaccine Attribute, Giant Bird type, 5000 DP, costs 4 memory to place from hand and 2 to Digivolve, requiring a level 3 red Digimon. It has no effects or Digivolve effects. Well, it's Biyomon's evolution. Its DP is nice for a 4 place cost, it can help you apply pressure in the opponent, and can be a nice stepping stone to evolving into a level 5. Cordramon, Level 4, Virus Attribute, Dragon type, 6000 DP, costs 5 memory to place from hand and 2 to digivolve, requiring a level 3 red Digimon. It has no digivolve effect, but it has 2 effects. First is the blocker, which means when an opponent's Digimon attacks, you may suspend this Digimon to force the opponent to attack it instead. And the second one is, when attacking, lose 2 memory. This is a very important card in the strategy because it's the only blocker you have. And as the game goes, you spend most of your memory into placing / digivolving, which can make your security cards vulnerable for attacks. And that is where the blocker comes in. You're using him to prevent direct attacks and preserves your security cards. Also, he has the biggest DP among the level 4s in the deck, but unfortunately, it comes with the downside of losing 2 memory if you decide to attack with it. So to the Battle Boost rule with Quartermon, you must own at least 2 memory. Greymon. Level 4, Vaccine Attribute, Dinosaur type, 4000 DP, costs 5 memory to place from hand and 2 to digivolve, requiring a level 3 red Digimon. It has no effects, but it has 1 digivolve effect. This Digimon checks 1 extra security card. Another really good Digimon in the strategy, not the greatest in terms of place cost and DP as well, but it really helps digging into the opponent's security cards as you digivolve using it. Greymon's digivolve effect can stack with the Agrimon's effect, destroying a lot of the opponent's security cards with just 1 blow. Garudamon. Level 5, Vaccine Attribute, Birdkin type, 7000 DP, costs 6 memory to place from hand and 3 to digivolve, requiring a level 4 red Digimon. It has no digivolve effect, but it has 1 effect. When digivolving, one of your Digimon gets 3000 DP for the turn. It is a decent card. The 3k DP boost is nice, making itself reach 10,000 DP for the turn just by its own effect. Can help to get rid of big opposing Digimon, and that's about it. In other strategies, you probably cut it out and replace it with another Garudamon, but we will talk about that later. Metal Greymon. Level 5, Vaccine Attribute, Cyborg type, 7000 DP, costs 7 memory to place from hand and 3 to digivolve, requiring a level 4 red Digimon. It has no effect, but it has 1 digivolve effect. Your turn, when this Digimon is blocked, gain 3 memory. Another really good card in the deck. Its DP is the same as Garudamon, but its digivolve effect can apply a lot of pressure on the opponent, by forcing them to make the choice of block the attack and give you 3 memory, or let your attack go through and check in 1 or even more security cards. Phoenixmon. Level 6, Vaccine Attribute, Holy Beast type, 12,000 DP, costs 10 memory to place from hand and 2 to digivolve, requiring a level 5 red Digimon. It has no effects or digivolve effects. It is a pretty big Digimon with only 2 costs to digivolve. It can be good with Greymon and Metal Greymon as Digivolution cards, and can apply a lot of pressure if it stays on the field. War Greymon. Level 6, Vaccine Attribute, Dragon King type, 12,000 DP, costs 12 memory to place from hand and 4 to digivolve, requiring a level 5 red Digimon. It has no digivolve effect, but it has 1 effect. Your turn, for every 2 Digivolution cards this Digimon has, it gets. This Digimon checks 1 extra security card. Yes, 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 and yes. This is the best card in the deck. Your main win condition. Try to get him on the field as soon as possible. As I mentioned before, War Greymon's effect can stack with Greymon's Digivolve effect, and having 4 Digivolution cards make it possibly destroy up to 4 opponent security cards with just 1 attack. Your deck mainly functionates around this card, The goal is to make it with 4 Digivolution cards, including a Greymon, and finish up the game with it, plus the help of other Digimons on the field. Now, let's get into the Tamer and option cards. Taichi Yagami, Tamer card, costs 2 and its effect is: your turn, all of your Digimon gets 1000 DP. Security effect: play this card without paying its cost. Pretty simple card. During your turn only, it boosts all of your Digimon by 1000 DP, making even the level 4 and 3 Digimon a little bit stronger to get over some things. It can stack with another effect and even with another copy of the same card. The security effect is nice, it makes you don't pay the cost to activate it, which can be helpful in a comeback play in your next turn after receiving an attack. Shadow Wing, option card, cost 1 with the following effect. Main, one of your Digimon gets 3000 DP for the turn. Security effect, all of your Digimon get. This Digimon checks 1 extra security card until the end of your next turn. In my opinion, this has a better security effect than the main effect. The 3DP boost is nice and can help some level 4 or 3 Digimon to get rid of some problems. Also, the cost is pretty nice, but the security effect can help a lot more to counterattack in the next turn, because all of your Digimon checks 1 extra security card. Imagine that with War Greymon. Insane! Starlight Explosion, option card, cost 2 with the following effect. Main, all of your security Digimon gets 7000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Security effect, all of your security Digimon gets 7000 DP for the turn. Pretty nice defensive card, can be a great help if not having a Quartermon on the field to block. It's a low cost, you have a lot of Digimon on the deck, so the chances of hitting a Digimon card in your security is pretty high. Also, it can destroy your opponent's big Digimon if you're lucky. Giga Destroyer, option card, cost 6 with the following effect. Main, delete up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. Security effect, activate this main effect. First, I have to remind you that you don't have to pay the cost to activate the security effect, even when it says to activate its main effect. Well, now talking about the card. It is a decent removal, but it has a little high cost and it's a kinda situational. It depends on how many memory you have, and if your opponent has Digimons with 4000 or less DP, but it can be helpful on cleaning up the field. Gaia Force, option card, cost 8 with the following effect. Main, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon. Security effect, activate this card's main effect. This card is really good. The cost may seem high, but it deletes any Digimon your opponent has. This is pretty good against big threats such as Omegamon or Minimon. Also, the security effect can come in handy against opposing Digimons that didn't attack yet, or that can attack more than one time in the turn. The content for the English version is not known yet by the time I'm recording this video, so I'm following the Japanese release information for now. It will probably be the same content. If something changes, I'll point it out in the comment section. And following the Japanese version, we will have the following number of each card in this deck: 4 copies of Koromon, 4 Biyomon, 4 Agumon, 4 Dracomon, 4 Birdramon, 4 Quadramon, 2 Greymon, 4 Garudamon, 4 Metagreymon, 2 Phoenixmon, 2 Wargreymon, 4 Taichi Yagami, 4 Shadowwing, 4 copies of Starlight Explosion, 2 Giga Destroyer, and 2 Gaia Force. Now that we know all the cards, let's talk about what the deck can do. The win condition of this deck is applying pressure, putting high DP Digimons on the field, clear opponents' low DP Digimon to prevent them from Digivolving. The main strategies of the deck is putting Wargreymon on the field with 4 Digivolution cards, Just by its own effect, it can reach 3 security checks with just 1 attack, and if it has Grimon's Digivolution cards, it can reach 4 security checks with 1 attack. Most of the cards in the deck are Digimon cards, so cards like Starlight Explosion are a great low-cost option card with a high defensive potential. The biggest upside of the deck is if you can put the pressure on, it's really hard to your opponent to get back into the game. A big level 6 or 5 Digimon with good Digivolution cards under them are really hard to get over, especially Wargreymon. If you are good on memory, you can Digivolve/place a good number of Digimons on the field. Most of them have a big attack, and if your opponent don't get rid of them, they will attack directly in the next turn. But of course, the deck has downsides. First, this kinda slow deck. The win condition is to place the most number of Digimons on the field, so your opponent can block all of them. But Digivolving and placing costs a bit amount of memory, so most of the time you Digivolve/place just once per turn. And if you place and don't Digivolve, decks like Cocytus Blue can take advantage of it. One of the biggest downsides too is the card effects doesn't give you too much advantage. It gives you ZP, which can be really good against some big Digimons, but most of the time they don't come in too much of a help. This video is mainly focused in the Gaia Red deck only, but let's say you really enjoyed the deck and want to improve it. What cards you might consider playing in this aggressive strategy? As we don't know yet all the cards that are inside of Union Pact by the time I'm recording this video, I will just talk about some cards in New Evolution and Ultimate Power. First is Baby Demon. This Digitama little guy has an Digivolve effect of giving you 2000 DP during your turn as long as the Digimon has Pierce. Pierce is a mechanic that when the Digimon attacks and delete an opponent's Digimon and the Digimon that attacked it survives, you check a security card. This is a pretty good card in the Pierce Red strategy that is gaining a lot of popularity in Japan. BT1 Agumon is a good replacement for a vanilla level 3 you have. His effect activates only by placing from hand, not from Digivolving, but it has the potential of adding a Tamer card after revealing the top 5 cards from your deck. And talking about Tamer cards, BT1 Taichi Yagami is really good. First, in the start of your turn, if you have 2 or less memory, you set it to 3, simple like that. And his second effect applies only during your turn. All of your red Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards gain 1 extra security check. Remember Wargreymon checking 4 security cards with 1 attack? Now he can check 5. BT1 Greymon is a nice addition too. The Digivolve effect makes the Digimon gain 2000 DP during a turn, so more DP, yay! Tyrannomon. It has Jamming, a nice mechanic where the Digimon can be deleted in battles against security Digimon. BT1 Birdramon. Its effect triggers only by placing from hand, but it gives one every Digimon an extra security check for the turn. Flutterdizamon can gain 1 extra security check during your turn if you have 3 or more memory. BT1 Garudamon. It is very used on the Pierce strategy, and it has a good Digivolve effect that gives you a draw if the Digimon attacking is blocked. BT1 Wargreymon. It's good in getting security checks without getting security effects on option cards only. Breakdramon is another good Digimon in the Pierce strategy. BT1 Metalgreymon checks 2 additional cards by attacking, and it has the Digivolve effect of giving 3000 DP during your turn. The downside is losing 5 memory by attacking with it. Gravity Crush is a 0 cost option card that gives you 2 memory, but you lose 2 memory at the end of the turn. It can be good to set up a big Digivolve or a big blow up card. Scrap Clown gives Pierce to 1 Digimon you have for 3 cost. Nice. Nuclear Laser For 3 cost, it draws 2 cards and gives 2000 DP to one Digimon you control for the turn. Great Tornado. One Digimon checks 1 additional security cards and it gains 2000 DP for the turn. It helps a lot in the one turn kill strategy. Omegamon. This guy is nuts. This is a win condition by its own, and you will probably create an entire deck around it. Being able to delete 1 or even more Digimon when Digivolving is crazy. And this guy can attack 2 times by returning a level 6 Digivolution card underneath him to your hand. We don't have much to help this deck in Ultimate Power, but let's see what we got. Volcanic Dramon, 10,000 DP, level 6 Digimon. Checks 1 extra security by attacking, and has the effect to delete all Digimon your opponent has with 4000 DP or less. But it is only by placing for a hand, and 11 cost it's huge. Volcanic Flare, literally a half Giga Destroyer. Half of its cost, half of delete targets. Play it really if you want to. Radiation Blade. Up to 2 of your Digimon checks 1 extra security card. Really good card to finish up the game. And that's it. To wrap things up, Red Gaia is a really aggressive deck. Team carried in other red cards too. This was just a quick overview of the deck and what it can do. Be creative in deck building and have a good time playing. If you have some suggestions, things I may have missed, other decks you guys want to see me talking about, maybe the Omegamon deck or the Red Pierce deck, please let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Farewell.